The question is, which of these two has a better execution of the strongest trope in their respective stories, and why? I feel like the obvious answer is All Might. But if you think it's Gojo, you probably have a shallow concept of strength and being strong.
The irony of saying that there is a shallow comprehension of Gojo's strength whenever your comprehension of Gojo is just completely atrocious. For the record, if you think that All Might is a better representation of being the strongest with his own verse, that's totally fine, but let's not misrepresent Gojo in order to make that argument.
And while we have seen Gojo have better fights and a better display of his strength, we have also seen that once that man gets boxed up, suddenly nobody's on Gojo's side. Suddenly it was like we were waiting for this man to get taken down.
Yes, that's the point. You're gonna see this a lot in her videos. She constantly contradicts herself in order to try to make Gojo look worse. Whenever Gojo was born, the entire balance of the world shifted. So whenever he was sealed away, it was shifted back, but in favor of the enemies, not of the heroes. Which also goes into another point that she mentions right here.
Gojo got packed up and they said, "Oh, Yuji, you're next. Ayo Ride is gone. Nobody wants you here."
Yes, the entire point is that Gojo was the main reason that they could stave off the execution. Because he is so darn powerful, the higher-ups wouldn't dare actually mess with him. And when they did try to do a workaround and get Yuji unalived by actually making him go up against a special grade, he got really mad and said he wanted to unalive all of the higher-ups. Which again leads into another one of her points in the video here.
He has a more modern glimpse that even the strongest can't change the system. Even with Gojo being the strongest, he can't really influence change.
And that right there just shows that you had zero comprehension about the entire Gojo versus Sukuna battle. It was about Gojo's ideology and that being alone isn't the way to be the strongest, it's by being together with other people. Which is why Gojo specifically says he wanted to become a teacher so he can foster the next generation. So when you say things like this,
however, his symbolization of hope and being strong continued to live through his retirement.
But then don't apply that same logic to Gojo, who literally wants and his students do indeed take on his will into the next generation, then it really just seems like you had zero comprehension about Gojo's character. And there's a lot more I could debunk in that video, but it's 4.5 minutes of no comprehension about Gojo.
You probably have a shallow concept of strength and being strong
while having absolutely zero comprehension about Gojo's character.